Welcome to the latest episode of the Edgar Rice Burroughs mini podcast. These short podcasts are meant to supplement the full-length episodes that I do along with Jess Terrell and Scott Stewart, in which we usually discuss one of Burroughs' novels in detail. Right now, we're using the mini podcasts to analyze Tarzan, the 1912 novel Tarzan of the Apes, on a chapter-by-chapter basis. My name is Tim DeForest. I'm the author of several books on subjects such as old-time radio and pulp magazines and other aspects of pre-digital pop culture. And I keep a blog about such subjects at Comics, Old-Time Radio, and other cool stuff. Now today we're looking at Chapter 16, titled Most Remarkable. And please note that I will be including spoilers about this novel and possibly about other novels in the series. And I do recommend you go back and reread this chapter before listening, as I will be assuming you're familiar with the events as I talk about them. Now, though there's a little bit of action here, with the two old gentlemen, Professor Porter and Mr. Philander, are being stalked by a lion, Burroughs uses this chapter to give us a breather from the fast and furious action of the previous three chapters. It is a chapter that exists primarily to be funny. And this chapter does, I think, tell us how well Burroughs understood how to pace a story. He knew that a storyteller usually can't jump from one action scene to another without an occasional breather. And aside from the necessity of plot and characterization, even well-described action scenes can get tiresome if the writer doesn't give the reader a break from them from time to time. So I mentioned in the previous episode that how well Porter and Philander work as comic relief depends on the reader. For instance, I think this is a fairly funny chapter. My wife, on the other hand, thought their near suicidal absent-mindedness was perhaps a bit too over the top, that they don't fit comfortably into a novel where we're supposed to take the plot seriously. Now, Burroughs does fit a nice bit of real emotion into the chapter with this exchange, in which we find out that despite their bickering, the two men are lifelong friends and that Porter does love his family. Quote, "Forgive me, Skinny," he said softly. "If it hasn't been quite 20 years, and God alone knows how hard I have tried to be human for Jane's sake, and yours too, since he took my other Jane away." Another hand stole up from Mr. Philander's side to clasp the one that lay upon his shoulder, and no other message could better have translated the one heart to another. Unquote. So when the chapter ends, Tarzan has specifically saved the lives of every single person in the Porter party. As we see in later chapters, he'll still have his work cut out for him. From his point of view, it's not really surprising that he continues to think of them as stupid. Now that's it for Chapter 16. We'll be back again soon with another episode. In the meantime, please visit my blog at Comics, Old-Time Radio, and other cool stuff, where you can also find a link to my Amazon.com author page. If you're enjoying these podcasts, please take a moment to leave a review on iTunes. And I am conscious of the irony of stumbling over a sentence when I'm asking you to leave a review saying that this is a well-done podcast. But there you go. And we will be back again soon with another episode. Thank you for listening.